Risa TV presents in 3, 2, 1, Dateline Schools with your host, Terry Harrington.
Well, this week on Dateline Schools, we're learning about some of the activities and things coming up for the last part of the spring for our local kids who are thinking about heading to college in the fall, or even for those kids looking a couple of years down the road. And with all the tips and information, my special guest this week on Dateline Schools is a higher education consultant and Know How to Go initiative coordinator here at St. Clair County RISA, Dena Norrod. And Dena, I know one of the big strategies, and we talked a little bit about some of the strategies yesterday, is your Ask an Expert series. And you got a pretty unique one coming up next week.
Yeah, this has been a successful one. This is the second time that we've done this, where we are hosting an Ask an Expert on called the Scholarship Clinic. And what we do during that time is we have a local parent who has had great success in funding both of her children's college education through the use of scholarships. And so she shares her process with families. We also talk about what it takes to make a scholarship application kind of rise to the top, and then other ways to help families pay for college. The big carrot, obviously, is that we give away a $500 college scholarship that night. And so we do have limited seating, and we're about halfway full already with that kind of money given out. So if families are looking to register, they should do that very shortly, because my room is only so big.
Now, is this program too geared for those kids who are going locally or across the country?
Yeah, this is really not geared towards a particular type of institution. It's meant to arm families as they look at local scholarships, state scholarships, and national scholarships, because that search process is a completely separate process in some ways from a college search. And so we talk through the different ways and maybe some different resources that are out there for families.
Right. How frustrating is that search for kids, and especially for parents, knowing that we got a pretty big bill coming up here?
Yeah, I think that's a very frustrating process. There's so much information out there about it, and so narrowing that information down and knowing where to look for those resources and opportunities for funding is a pretty big project to tackle.
More tomorrow. For Dateline Schools, I'm Terry Harrington.